Well, we live in a world where there are constant advancements in technology. It's awesome, but kind of frightening too.
Kinda, yeah. Automation is taking over many things, including driving cars, security, even cleaning your house for you. So what does that mean for jobs in the future? Are we at risk of being taken over by computers?
I don't know. Well,
By
let's talk
robots?
to this guy. Let's compute this with Thor Schrock and Schrock Innovations. Good to see you, Thor.
Good to see you,
No,
Mike.
say it isn't so, Thor. I'm really bad at that.
No, I'm worse, so that's all right. You look great. No, I mean, we're living in like the fourth industrial revolution right now. I mean, this is an amazing time to be alive because everything is changing. The rules are all changing. So it's amazing because it's exciting, right? So you have this weird dichotomy where, I'm 40, okay? People under 30 are typically really excited by this dynamic. And people over 30 are a little nervous about all the change because all the rules that were established your entire life are gone.
What about the 30-year-olds? You forgot about the 30-year-olds.
Well, the 30-year-olds.
They don't know what to think, I'll tell
What did
you.
they give them a new
Because that's me.
generation? Didn't they just give them a new generation? Like generation
know.
like Bravo or something? I don't know.
For just the 30-year-olds?
Yeah.
Yeah, your own generation.
Well, I don't know what to think. I'm 30 and I don't know what to think about all this. I think it's amazing, all of the advancements, but it is scary.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about automation.
Okay, so basically we've seen some of the highlight stuff. We were starting to hear about cars. If you watch Spider-Man: Homecoming that came out,
Oh, we saw this weekend.
there was a fat, obvious plug for Audi self-driving vehicles right in that movie. It's like, oh look, it's self-driving, but isn't this cool, Peter? Okay, back to the show. I was like, what was that? It was terrible. But I mean, so like Audi's doing it. Ford just fired their CEO and hired a guy that didn't have a car experience, that had artificial intelligence experience.
Wow.
Why is Ford hiring artificial intelligence people? Tesla is just released this month the very first Model 3, a completely autonomous self-driving car that's $35,000.
And is this the car right here?
No, this is the Model X. This is their luxury model. But you can see as it's going down the street, you see the cameras on the right side are classifying. The green objects are objects that you're approaching, and the blue objects are coming toward you. It's classifying every trash can, every human, every person. People are purple. Do you see that? So
It's too good to be true.
The computer is classifying all this stuff on the fly. If you've ever played a first-person shooter video game, this is the same technology that's used in aimbots. The people who cheat.
So like Call of Duty?
Yeah, the people who cheat
I'm
at Call
so
of Duty.
bad at that, so how am I going to run this car?
Yeah,
You knew that.
Well, that's the thing. This allows you to cheat. So if you're a terrible driver, here you go. I joke with my son. He's 10. I'm like, you're never going to drive a car in your life if you don't want to.
Right.
In fact, some of the industry experts are looking at the auto industry right now and figuring out this is terrible. The whole industry is. I wouldn't have any stock in automotive stuff right now. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just me. Because basically, they're saying within the next 20 years, only 40% of us will actually own a vehicle anymore. Because it won't be cost effective. So here's a Tesla, right? The average automobile, if you buy a Ford, the average automobile has 12,000 components that make it work. Tesla's got 1,200 in theirs. There is no oil, there is no engine, there's no belts, there's no radiator, so there's no antifreeze. Literally, this is 1 or 2 electric motors, a computer screen, and a car and a transmission. That's it. So basically, what we're going to is there's no reason to expect this car won't last 1,000,000 miles. So with things like Uber, and now imagine Ford becoming like the next Uber, except they have all the cars. And so then they say, okay, for $2 you can ride to work today. And the car will pick you up at your home like a chauffeur and drive you to work and drop you off. Why would you choose to own a car that sits in a parking lot all day while you're at work?
Right.
So the whole world, and if you think about how that changes the world, what about auto insurance now?
Yeah.
What about body shops? What about Jiffy Lubes? I mean, all these things, this ripple goes through. And of course, other industries will be born. A lot of people said like the ATM, for example, was going to destroy the tellers. There won't be tellers anymore because of these automated telling machines.
Yeah.
Well, we still needed humans to fill the ATMs, right? But what happens when you have machines that actually make the machines, like Terminator stuff? So Foxconn right now over in Taiwan has a fully automated iPhone factory now. So they took what was a 15,000 person assembly line that's assembling smartphones as they go by left to right. Basically 15,000 people replaced by one person that makes sure the machines are doing their job right. And it literally is assembling the phones. It's applying the adhesives, it's putting the screens in place, and every phone comes out perfect. So there's no human error, everything works perfectly.
Now, when it comes to our job,
This job?
Yeah, this job.
These
Robots
jobs.
don't have the personalities that Mike and I have, you know, and
This
the,
is
the
true.
ad-libbing
This is
and the
true.
improv.
Oh
So
yeah, I
think
mean the
we're
amazing
safe.
talents that is
The
here.
talent, you can't get this in a computer. So I think we're safe, right?
Well, that's the thing. The one thing that's the hardest to artificially replicate is creativity, and so any kind of a creative environment right now, that's gonna remain. That's why they keep saying in the next 100 years, like 89% of human jobs will be automated, because there's always that small sliver that, as technology stands right now, we can't automate. With that said, though, let me bring you the story of a waitress in Pakistan. This waitress works very hard all day long, carrying pizzas from the kitchen to the tables. The waitress is a robot.
Wow.
It was built in Pakistan. So this is Pakistan. This isn't Taiwan, China, U.S. I mean, this is in Pakistan. So this stuff is worldwide, and it's allowing businesses to cut labor costs. The biggest thing that as this ripples through is that's deflationary. So if my costs go down, my prices go down. And my prices go down, all of a sudden you can buy more of my stuff, right? Well, the Fed wants inflation. So the whole economy is based on inflation. Retirement accounts are based on inflation.
Right.
So what happens when inflation goes away? So I mean, there's literally the
I just
world
want to
that-
know, when can I get my computer fixed by a robot? That's what I want to know. When's
Now
your
that,
job
that's
gone?
never going to happen, okay?
Yeah, when's
never
your
going to
job
happen.
gone?
Those jobs are safe, guys. Those jobs are safe. No, actually, that's like the holy grail. I mean, computer shops have been trying to do automated computer repair for years.
Right.
It's hard because
is tough,
it's advanced problem
You're talking
solving.
about small parts. You're talking about the problem solving as well. Schrock Innovations. Stop in one of the service center when he's there and ask him about all these great questions that he's got about the future of innovation. Of course, the Lincoln Service Center, Papillion, and Village Point as well. Thor, thanks for being here this
You
morning.
can bring your broken computer in too, and let our staff of competent humans, competent but smelly humans, fix it for
I
you.
still need to come in and get mine fixed.
Thanks a lot, Thor. Appreciate it.
Thank
We'll be right
you.
back.